Hi, everyone. All right, we are still doing the powers of the emotional brain. So let's jump into the power of free will. Now, this one is probably the hardest for teachers and parents when it comes to our kids, because this is saying that we can give the tools, all the tools our children, our students need to be successful. And they have a choice to pick them up or leave them right where you left them. And this is hard for us because we're older, right? And we don't want them to make the same mistakes we've made, or we can see they're on a trajectory that's not beneficial. But if we do not understand the power of free will, then we end up dropping into things that are detrimental, such as fear or force or coercion or manipulation. And when that means we're trying to change someone instead of building in them the ability to make choices that are positive. So the power of free will is like I said, it's hard for a lot of us to comprehend because we want to change, we want to fix, we want to say, here are the tools, use them. But the power of free will says, I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to explain why these tools are beneficial to you, if that makes sense. But then I also understand that at the end of the day, the only person I can change is myself. And even if I force you to change, it's not going to be long lasting. Even if I manipulate you to change, it's not going to come without resentment. Even if I coerce you to change, it's not going to be long lasting that changes the brain pathway for future positive changes to be built upon it. So this is where a lot of times parents struggle too. I have met a lot of children who are successful, who don't have successful parents. Okay, it's just true. They might have had other adults in their lives, but that have shown them, right, successful tools, and they picked them up. And then I've had parents who have shown all the tools. I've had parents who have walked through conscious discipline and laid those tools out, and this child refuses to pick them up. They're not ready yet. So then we have to work with this child, with the student, with the teenager on understanding this piece of choice. Now, let me say this. This is something that I see a lot when I work with students in classrooms, is people who engage in power struggles feel powerless. They will do whatever they can do so they don't feel as though they're powerless, they're weak. And so a lot of times, just by giving two positive choices, which falls under this power, is you are allowing them to have a power, a voice in the situation. Think about that even for yourself. Have you ever worked a job where you just felt like the rules were pouring down from the top and you had no say? You were just a victim to what was being pushed on you? Did you like going to work? Did you want to stay there? Were you resentful? Were you hopeless? Were you burnt out? Now, that's you as an adult, and you have, guess what, the power to find another job. Well, imagine if you're a student in a school and you feel that way. You might not be able to find another school and you're legally required to be there. Imagine if you feel that way in your home. And so I'm not saying we go to permissive parenting or permissive teaching. By no means am I saying that. But I'm also not saying that we follow that authoritarian pattern where it's my way or the highway, we're locked in. There is a sweet spot, that authoritative style, the authoritative parenting, the authoritative teacher. It's also called the warm demander, right? I have high expectations for you, and I'm going to help you get there. Okay. And there's a lot of research behind how kids with ADHD, kids with ODD, children with autism, just everyday neurotypical kids, if those even exist anymore. I think we're all suddenly realizing that we're all neurodiverse, which is wonderful. That authoritarian role is, do you have a voice? Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? It doesn't mean you get to run the show. What it means is you understand the rules in place. All right, so let's look at the rubric because I'm trying to keep these short. Here we go. This is the rubric for the power of free will. And this means that we are responsible for our own decisions. This is true for the students and children in our lives as well. I cannot save you from yourself, nor can you save me from myself. Wow, that's a powerful one, right? As someone who has gone through the 12 steps of Al-Anon, because I had a family member who struggled with addiction, that was something that was pushed and supported in us, is how do I become my best version, love you, but I do not let you tear me down. And again, this is, I can bring out the strength in you. I'm still loving you. We're still connected, but I also understand I can't save you from yourself. So little or no implementation. This is that I can make people change with rewards. I can make you do anything for a sticker. I can make you do anything for fill in the blank. But is it going to be long-term? And that's what we're doing in conscious discipline, right? Anyone can change behavior. That's training a dog. And I'm probably going to say that in almost every video sequence I do with y'all. But the question is, are we building neural pathways that future decision-making, future life skills can be built upon? We're not changing you for the day. We're building a foundation for lifelong success. Okay. Number 4, those are the highest on the rubric, and I'm going to tell you, those are tough. I don't want you to be a number 4 all the time, but number 4 is pretty tough. It's that I understand that I can't give my power away. When I work with inmates, when I work with troubled teens, the best image I have of this is a puppet. And when you let someone make you mad, you're saying, make me dance. And they're pulling your strings, making you angry. So here's my question to you. Who are you giving your strings to? A 10-year-old child? A 4-year-old child? A 2-year-old toddler? An 18-year-old teenager? A 40-year-old coworker? Who are you saying to them, make me dance? Because as soon as you give your puppet strings over, you become powerless. And then guess what? You will start to get angry, resentful. You will start to engage in power struggles with people. We are all interconnected. All right. I hope this helps. See you soon.